Very clearly, I am the knower of the body. As I am the knower of the world, I know the glass. Do I say I am the glass? No. That would be silly. I know the body, but I say I am the body. I'm sure you have 100 objections to saying that, yeah, but. You'll say, yeah, but. The student in Shankaracharya's Upadesha Sahasri, when Shankaracharya uses this argument and says, do you not know the world? Yes. And do you say I am the world? No. Do you know the body? Yes. So why do you say I am the body? And you can see the student going like this and then going, aha. But he says, but if it gets burnt, it hurts. If you burn that, that doesn't hurt, this hurts. So many people are nodding, as if that's a conclusive argument. Watch this carefully. Shankaracharya's answer is stunning there. The student actually says, it hurts, it burns. When you burn the body, it burns. And Shankaracharya says, are you aware of the burning pain? The pain, the burning? Of course. There's nothing else in the world at that point I'm more aware of than that. If you're aware of that, that's also a drishya. You are the knower of that. You can't deny that. You see, so it still hurts. It hurts, but the hurt is an object. You are that which knows that object. You cannot be that. You are neither the pain, nor is the pain yours. It arises in the consciousness just like a cloud arises in the sky. Of course, one must see what Shankaracharya is driving at. Otherwise, he'll say, the cloud doesn't hurt the sky, the burn hurts me. He'll be like a monomania going on, it hurts. But you can use exactly this clarity, this insight. Actually, you can use it to deal with pain and suffering in the world. You can. The moment you think like this, a gap will open up between you and the pain. Why does the pain hurt? You say, Swami, that's synonymous. Pain and hurt are the same thing. No, they are not. They are not. Pain is a sensation. It's purely physical, purely mechanical. It's a bit of information relayed by a part of the body to your brain. That something is wrong here, take a look. That's all. It's an unpleasant sensation. But why is it so terrible? It's terrible for one reason alone. We say, it's my pain. I am hurting. That the pain is there, Vedanta does not deny. That you are aware of the pain, Vedanta does not deny. I am in pain, Vedanta denies vehemently. It's philosophically wrong, completely wrong to say that which you are aware of, you are that. No. You are the knower of that. You cannot be the pain any more than you can be this glass you're looking at. The pain is not yours. It's something that has come into your awareness. If it were yours, you would be able to hold on to it forever. It goes away. Every pain comes in and hurts for a while and fades out. Again comes in maybe a little. If you watch pain, even from moment to moment, it fades in and out of your awareness. I attended this medical conference in Calcutta before I came here. I was asked to give a talk, Vedanta perspective on pain. So I went there, and the whole conference, there were more than 500 or 600 doctors working for 6 days. And 3 days. A 3-day conference. Usually the thing they do, they book an entire convention center, a big hotel and everything. 500 or 600 doctors, multiple parallel sessions running, and all of them, they're talking about pain. The subject was pain, managing pain. And there were different sessions, some to do with drugs, some to do with therapies and so on. One was to do with talk therapies, psychological therapies to especially manage chronic pain. Now, one of the doctors pointed out something that was remarkable for me to see. He drew these concentric circles, a small circle, a bigger circle, a much bigger circle. He says, if this is the pain a person experiences, chronic pain, which doesn't go away, it's more or less there, more or less every day of your life. So, if this is the pain a person experiences, out of that, this much is the pain of discomfort, social disability, the problems one might face, one is expecting pain. So when you expect pain and discomfort, that part of the pain is this much. And the inner circle, inner big circle, this much. is the anxiety caused by pain. It's going to hurt, it's going to hurt. Because it's chronic, you know it's going to come. So it's going to hurt. That anxiety is that much of the pain. The actual discomfort that comes when the pain is there for that period, he says this much. It's an amazing thing. We never think of it that way. We say, my life is so horrible. This much, and out of that this much is, so the expectations of pain, the discomforts associated with pain, the social disabilities associated with pain, and then the inner circle is the anxiety regarding the pain, that is going to hurt, it's going to hurt. It's bad, it's bad. And the tiny little circle there, which is, he was showing less than 5% or 6% of the total pain discomfort experience, is the actual sensation of pain. And that part only is what is going to be addressed by the pharmaceuticals. And then he said, let me share a secret with you. Our pain medication does not work. Pain medication does not work. Most of us who are lay people, we're not doctors. He said, what do you mean? We saw the doctors nodding, smiling sort of and nodding. He said that 40 to 50% of it is, you can call it placebo effect or whatever you call it. It doesn't work. And the pain medication we give to patients, in 40 to 50% of the cases, there is no significant reduction of pain, other than the placebo effect. They feel sometimes better, but really doesn't make much of a difference. And he says this is a multi-billion-dollar industry all over the world. We know it's not working. And its other effects are very, very bad. Indeed, there was a talk on that. So anyway, there were a lot of talks on how to manage pain. But you see, Vedanta is saying this. Pain is an object. Can you see it as an object? Body is an object. I am the knower of the body. I am reminded of a story narrated by Swami Atulananda. He was an American, actually Dutch Swami, who came to America, a disciple he followed Swami Vivekananda, but he was very close to Swami Turiyananda and Swami Abhedananda. And he went to India and he lived his whole life, rest of his life in India. An enlightened soul. In one of his travels with Swami Turiyananda in India in those days, they were on a pilgrimage, I think to Haridwar or somewhere, in central India somewhere. And at night in a group of pilgrims, they were sitting, and it was a cold night, a big fire was lit, and they were talking about Vedanta. And Swami Turiyananda was a staunch Vedantist. So he was talking very, very convincingly about Vedanta. And one of the pilgrims was sitting there, challenged the Swami. Swami, you keep saying that you are not the body. Do you really know that? He said, yes. And he said, so can you jump into the fire? And Swami Turiyananda, Atulananda writes there, it's so thrilling and scary. He became extremely excited, and he got up and he thrust his hand. They said, can you put your hand in the fire and show us? And he thrust his hand towards the fire and he said, yes, I can. The hand will get burned, but it's nothing to me. And he thrust his hand into the fire, and all of them jumped on him and pulled him back. You see the sheer conviction. He's not talking about a miracle, that I'm a miracle worker, I'll walk into the fire, nothing will happen to me. Yeah, I'll get burnt. The body will get burnt. Yes, the body will get burnt. And that is nothing to me. He says clearly. There are these two ways of managing pain. One is the yogic way, one is the Vedantic way. The yogic way is this. The mind has a limited capacity, a limited bandwidth. So it is only a limited number of things it can be aware of. Now if you concentrate the mind tremendously on something, it won't be aware of anything else. Yogis who are masters of meditation, they can concentrate their mind on the self or the form of the chosen deity. They can meditate so deeply, they can go into samadhi, and they will be unaware of what's happening in the world or even what's happening to the body. So they'll be unaware of it. There is a story of Swami Vivekananda in Kashipur Garden House. The young Vivekananda, Narendranath, sitting and meditating. And if you sit there and meditate under the tree in India, the first thing that happens is Even before the devotees arrive, the mosquitoes will arrive. So the mosquitoes, they describe the mosquitoes covering his face. All the exposed skin covered with mosquitoes. And he's completely unaware of it. He's sitting in deep meditation. How is that possible? Because of the way he has trained his mind to take 100% of the cognitive bandwidth, the attention, and focus it on whatever he is meditating on. He's not aware. He will be aware when he comes out of meditation. He'll pay the price, but that's one way. That's the yogic way. And modern psychology corroborates that. In fact, all the work being done on attention, the best book is Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's Flow. He shows how much attention, he has even calculated in IT terms, 126 bits per second. That's the amount of bandwidth available to us at every moment, every second. And that's how, and parts of it we are distributing. A person who can concentrate, who has got tremendous amount of focus and concentration, is putting maybe 80 or 90% of that into a particular object of concentration. That's one way, the yogic way. The Vedāntic way is, you are not using your mind to tune out the pain. You are letting your mind be. You are using Vedāntic knowledge to see in knowledge, in knowing that it's an object. Very interestingly, Swami Turiyananda, when he was, the famous case where he was operated, he was conscious. He refused an anesthesia. He was conscious. He was interacting with people, sitting there smiling. He was not in deep meditation. And yet, so he could feel the pain. And yet, he could not feel the pain. You see, he could see it as a thing there. He could lift his mind away from the pain through knowledge. So there is a Vedāntic way of dealing with it also. We may not be enlightened, but we can use this understanding, you can use it right away to see that it becomes a gap develops between you, the knower, and the pain, the object of knowledge.